Good morning, students. Today, let us see the topic principle of inclusion and exclusion. If A and B are two sets, then n of A union B is given by n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B, where n of A union B means number of elements in union or at least one of A or B, and n of A means number of elements in A, n of B means number of elements in B, and n of A intersection B means number of elements in A intersection B. So now let us take an example problem. Suppose there are 200 faculty who can speak French and 50 faculty who can speak Russian, and both French and Russian can be speak by 20 candidates, then how many faculty members speak either French or Russian? And also there is a second question. If there are totally 1000 faculty members are there, then find the number of faculty who do not speak either French or Russian. Okay. So data is taken. Number of faculty who can speak French is 200, who can speak Russian is 50, and who can speak both Russian and French is 20 members. Now let us find number of faculty who can speak either French or Russian. So number of faculty who can speak either French or Russian is given by n of f plus n of r minus n of f intersection r. So it is 200 plus 50 minus 20. 200 is number of faculty who can speak French, 50 is number of faculty who can speak Russian, and 20 is number of faculty who can speak both French and Russian. So the answer is 230. And there is a second part also. Find the number of faculty who does not speak French and Russian. So there are 1000 faculty are there. Out of them, the number of faculty who speaks at least one language is 230. So 1000 minus 230, that is equals to 770. It gives the number of faculty who does not speak either a single language, that is either Russian or French. Now let us take another example. So you need to form a group of 5 members. Okay. So totally there are 10 professors are there. Out of them, you have Professor A in the list and Professor B is also in the list. So you need to form a committee of 5 members so that the committee include at least one of Professor A or Professor B. So totally there are 10 professors, and out of them you need to make a committee of 5 members, and out of the 5 members committee you should have at least one of Professor A or Professor B. Okay, there are three chances are there. One chance is you can form a committee by including only Professor A. You can form a committee of 5 members out of 10 by including only Professor A. The second chance is you can form a committee of 5 members by including only Professor B. And the third chance is you can form a committee of 5 members by including both Professor A and Professor B. So totally there are three chances. Now let us see the first chance. So you are forming a committee of 5 members out of 10, where Professor A only including. Okay. So you need to fill 5 blanks. Out of the 5 blanks, one blank is Professor A, and the remaining 4 blanks are for remaining 4 members of the committee. Okay. So as you are taking a Professor A in this case, so he will have only one chance, that is 1C1, and you need to fill the remaining 4 out of 9. So the number of ways are 9C4. So the total ways are 1C1 into 9C4. So the answer is 9C4. Okay. Now let us take the second chance. Second chance is you are forming a committee of 5 members by taking Professor B only. So you need to fill 5 blanks. Out of them, one blank is filled with Professor B. For Professor B, the chance is 1C1. Okay. So there are 4 other blanks are there. You need to fill 4 blanks out of 9 professors. So we'll have 9C4. So total it is 1C1 into 9C4. Okay. For Professor B, it is not 9C1, it is 9C4. I will modify. Okay. So for Professor B, the number of chances is 1C1 into 9C4, and the answer is 9C4 for including Professor B only. And the third chance is forming a five-member committee by including both Professor A and Professor B. So you need to fill five blanks. Out of them, one blank is Professor A. His chance is 1C1, and the chance for Professor B is 1C1. And you need to fill three other blanks with the help of eight members. So the chances for other three filling the blanks is 8C3. So the answer is 1C1 into 1C1 into 8C3. So final answer is 8C3. Now the number of possible ways so that at least one professor is including in the committee uh, is 9C4 plus 9C4 minus 8C3. Okay, so 9C4, the first 9C4 is including only Professor A into the committee, and the second 9C4 is including only Professor B into the committee, and 8C3 is including both Professor A and Professor B into the committee. Okay, so the answer is 196. So in 196 ways, you can form a committee of five members by including at least Professor A or Professor B. Okay. So previously we have taken formula with two sets A and B. Now let us extend the formula to three sets A, B, C. So number of elements in A union B union C is equals to number of elements in A plus number of elements in B plus number of elements in C minus number of elements common to both A and B, number of elements common to B and C, number of elements common to C and A, plus number of elements common to A, B, C. Okay, now let us take the example. So there are 200 faculty members who can speak French, and 50 faculty members can speak Russian, 100 can speak Spanish, 20 can speak both French and Russian, and 60 can speak French and Spanish, 35 can speak Russian and Spanish, and 10 can speak all the three languages. Then how many can speak either French or Russian or Spanish? Okay. So the data is represented mathematically n of f equals to 200, and so on n of f intersection r intersection s equals to 10. So let us consider the formula with the help of three sets n of f union r union s. Okay. So I have substituted the data and simplified. I got the answer as 245. So 245 represents the number of faculty who can speak either French or Russian or Spanish. And there is a second part also in the question. The second part is if there are totally 1,000 members in the list, then how many faculty members who do not speak either French or Russian or Spanish? If there are totally 1,000 members in the list, then how many faculty members who do not speak either French or Russian or Spanish? So it is 1,000 minus 1,000 minus 1,000 is number of students, number of faculty members minus number of faculty who can speak at least one subject, that is 245, and the answer is 755. So 755 represents number of faculty who can speak, who does not speak either a single language. Now let us see the next example. So in a Florida State University, so there are three courses are there. One is statistics, the other one is mathematics, and the other one is computer programming. So a data is given as 260 were taking statistics, 208 were taking mathematics, and 160 are taking computer programming, and 76 are taking both statistics and mathematics, and 48 are taking both statistics and computer programming, and 62 were taking both mathematics and so 62 were taking both mathematics and computer programming, and 30 were taking all the three courses, and 150 students are not taking any of the three courses. Then you need to answer. So how many students are there in the survey? The second question is how many students are taking stat and maths but not computer programming. Third question is asking how many students are taking stat and computer programming but not mathematics. And next question is asking how many students are taking maths and computer programming but not statistics. And the next question is how many are taking stat but not statistics but not mathematics and computer programming. So the next question is how many are taking only maths but not stat and computer science, and the last question is how many are taking computer programming but not stat and maths. So let us represent the data. So number of students who are taking statistics is 260. Number of students who are taking maths is 208, and who are taking only number of students who are taking computer programming is 160. Number of students who are taking both stat and maths is 76. Who are taking both stat and computer programming is 48, and who are taking both maths and computer programming is 62. Let us see. Let us see the Venn diagram. Let us see the Venn diagram. So in the Venn diagram, there are three sets. One is statistics. The other one represents mathematics, and the last one representing computer science. Okay. So last one representing computer science. Now 30 represents the common value. 30 represents number of students who are taking both the stat, math, and computer programming. Okay. So from the given data, we have number of students who are taking both the stat and math is 76. Okay. Now let us find number of students who are taking only number of students who are taking only stat and math. Number of students who are taking only stat and math. So it will be stat and math, but not computer programming. It will be for stat and math, the number is 76 and common value is 30. And number of students who are taking both stat and math but not computer programming is 76 minus 30. It will be 46. Let us compute this. Number of students who are taking both the stat and computer programming but not math. So it will be number of students who are taking both stat and computer science but not math. It will be 48 minus 30. It will be 80. And number of students who are taking both math and computer science but not statistics. It will be 62 minus common value. It will be 32. Now let us find number of students who are taking only stat. It will be 260 minus number of students who are taking stat and math but not computer science, minus number of students who are taking all the three, and number of students who are taking stat and computer science but not math. So it will be 260 minus 46 minus 30 minus 18. It is 166. Now let us find number of students who are taking only math. It will be 208 minus number of students who are taking stat and math but not computer science, minus number of students who are taking all the three, minus number of students who are taking math and computer programming but not stat. So it will be 208 minus 46 minus 30 minus 32. It is 100. So let us find the last one. Number of students who are taking only computer programming. It is 160 minus number of students who are taking stat and computer science but not math, minus number of students who are taking maths and computer science but not stat, minus number of students who are taking all the three. It is 160 minus 18 minus 30 minus 32. It is 8. Okay, so totally there are several questions. Now let us see the first question. So how many members are involved in the survey? Okay, from the Venn diagram, the total number involved is 166 plus 46 plus 30 plus 18 plus 32 plus 100 plus 80. These are the number of students involved. But there are students, 150 students who does not studying any of the course. So you need to add 150 also. Okay, so the total number is the number present in the Venn diagram plus the number of students who are not taking any course. So it will be 622. Okay, so the first question answer is 622. That is number of students who are involving in the survey. Okay, now the second question is asking number of students who are studying stat and math but not computer course. It is 46 from the Venn diagram. Okay, and the next question is number of students who are studying stat and computer science but not math. So from the Venn diagram it will be 18. And the next question is number of students who are studying both math and computer science but not statistics, and from the Venn diagram it will be 32. Okay, and the next question is number of students who are studying only stat but not math and computer science. It will be 166. And the next question is number of students who are studying only math but not stat and computer science. It will be 100. And the last question is number of students who are studying only computer science but not stat and math. It will be 80. So the same answers are also represented mathematically as shown in the screen. Okay, thank you.